everybody, Tom here from post-recording. Welcome to the video, I suppose. This is just a disclaimer I'm putting at the start. No progress actually happens in this entire episode. Like, pretty much at all. Like, there's a couple of minor things, so if you want to watch it, go for it. But, if you feel like skipping it, perfectly viable, because literally nothing happens. I just thought I'd put this at the start, in case anybody isn't particularly interested in, like, non-story stuff. Because, yeah, pretty much nothing happens. It's 15 minutes and nothing. But if you want to watch, go for it. Like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, onto the episode. Hello everybody, I am Tom and you are watching me play Disco Elysium. So, in today's episode, we're going to go see if we can talk to this guy up here, who was the guy we saw smoking on the balcony and gave us some information, and he may have been a witness to what actually happened with the hanging.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security.
Fair enough.
Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if anyone's home.
No.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
Tomorrow, 9 p.m.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry. You'll get him. Remember, tomorrow. He's probably gone for today.
Alright, so. That wasn't what I really wanted to do, but we got there. Now, I don't know what I want to do. I can go pay Gart, so let's go do that, just so I have a place to sleep tonight. Because it's, what, 2 in the afternoon? It took me that long to actually get the money I needed. Let's chat to her, see if she has anything to say. I doubt it.
Trying to sneak up on me again.
She refuses to speak to me. I guess she takes the backseat to Kuno, right? So she refuses to speak to me elsewise. So let's go this way. I have a few plastic bottles I can sell, so I'm going to go do that, I suppose. But I also want to go talk to Gart and actually get and pay him for the room for the night. But let's sell these bottles first, because I've got them carrying around in my plastic bag, because I'm like that. Because I am effectively a hobo. Cool. So we go here.
The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
Nice.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Random teenager girl. See a container you can't open. Equip a pry bar. That's a good bit of information. I might be... In fact, do I have a pry bar? I might have a pry bar, to be honest. I guess not. Oh, actually, maybe I do. But, like, in the held... No, it's items. Whatever. Alright, let's go talk to Gart and give him some money. I'm at this point where I don't really know what to do. Because there's a few things I can do, but they're slightly time-gated, if that makes any sense. Now I think about it. There's something I do want to try, so let's first talk to Gart.
Can I help you?
About the bill for tonight.
Got the 20 real?
Yep, 20-hour rail for the night.
Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Alright, goodbye. So, I'm now poor again. But, I can sleep tonight, so that's a plus. Being able to sleep is always a positive. So, if I remember correctly, this shirt here... No. There's something? Yeah, here, my pants have -1 savoir-faire. So, I think if I equip these... I lose 1 reaction speed, but my savoir-faire goes up.
The pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool, calm, and collected. As your hand enters the pocket, your fingers brush against something, soft, yet crinkly.
Take the item out.
Hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper. It reminds you of the fruity juice of apricots. You should inspect it closer if you have time. Something about the wrapper's texture is familiar. By the way, the raw materials were most likely exported from Seaguy, the apricot suzerainty,
Interesting.
and processed in sur-le-clay into the apricot-flavored chewing gum, loved by kids of today and yesterday. Something about it is familiar, and not only to your fingers.
Interesting. A gleaming chewing gum wrapper found in the pocket of the labourer jeans. It gives off an ever so faint scent of apricots. Your mouth starts watering.
A crinkled chewing gum wrapper. The worn label reads,
Tutti Frutti.
It smells faintly of apricots, with a barely noticeable twinge of cinnamon. You feel compelled to point out that there's nothing fruity about cinnamon. It's a spice derived from tree bark.
Cinnamon's not a fruit.
Can a used wrapper shrug? Seems like that's what the wrapper is doing somehow. This is not about flowers or bark. What is this about? Why are you looking at this wrapper?
Why do I even care about this?
Good question. There is no answer or secret phrase written on the inside of the wrapper. Yet you're drawn to it. Drawn by regret. Stop before you hurt yourself with a Tutti Frutti wrapper. Throw it away, please.
I'll hang on to it just in case.
You carefully fold the wrapper into a square before putting it back into your pocket, lovingly even, despite the strange feeling of regret.
I feel like my Inland Empire... Effectively, it's a coward. Like, it's the one trying to prevent me from remembering things, because remembering things will bring pain, and therefore we have to avoid pain. It's interesting. But, the reason I put these pants on, right? And also, that was just hilarious, because we just get a random gum wrapper for putting pants on. But, that will put my savoir-faire up to +1 rather than 0. And the reason that's beneficial is because I think it means I can make this check again, because this is a savoir-faire check to try and jump off. And I think if I increase my level, I can then attempt it again. I think is how the game works. I don't know if I read that in one of these loading screens or something, but for some reason that's in my head. So I think that's how the game works. So if we come down here...
A tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught on the railing.
No. Still locked. Yeah, there we go. Put skills into savoir-faire to unlock this white check. Okay. So, next time I level up, I can probably do it. And I'm relatively close. Arguably worth putting points into that. Just so I can see if I can do that. What do these pants give me, by the way? They take away from my reaction speed, which I don't know if I like. I think I care less about savoir-faire than I do reaction speed. Although this shirt, I think, is just... I look ridiculous. I have to wear this shirt. Alright. so I really don't know what to do. Let's look at my journal, shall we? Smoker on the balcony, let's go there tomorrow. Armored gloves, I can't do yet. Race Enigma, I'm not going to internalize race theory. I can confront the Hardy Boys, but I don't, like, it's a 2% chance or some shit for me. Get the body down somehow. Ask another about the tattoo's possible meaning. I don't know who else would know about tattoos, that's the thing. I have to call her tomorrow about the armor. Prove your authority to Titus. Find Morel, the cryptozoologist.
Yes?
Nothing. Fine. The other thing I want to do is go to Kim's car, I guess. It's interesting because I've hit a point where I kind of had to wait till tomorrow, which is interesting because the first day I was doing stuff all day and I feel like I ran out of time, whereas this day I feel like I've done everything I can. We can report the drug ring to the police, I guess, and do a background check, perhaps. Something we might be able to do. Let's go try that, shall we?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Please connect me to Sylvia again.
Just a second, officer.
I'm hoping she answers.
Sylvie Malaika on the line for you, officer.
Cool.
Yes. Hello?
Hey Sylvia, it's the police again.
Oh, great. What else do you need, detective?
God damn it. I want to ask... whatever. Have you seen my policeman uniform?
Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on. The disco things.
Do you know how my paperwork ended up in the trash behind the whirling rag?
Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir, clogging it completely. After I had unclogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork, I threw it out in the trash, thinking you didn't need it. I am sorry about that. Anything else, detective?
I think I got everything.
You hear the call breaking up on the other end of the radio, and then the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
I'm doubly ready.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and a metallic drawer
Pull out the
slides
toolbox.
out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Um,
The
Take the pry bar.
feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids.
and the chain cutters.
The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand.
And take the hand crank
It's
flashlight.
robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue, blue, lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox slides back
Cool.
into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook.
Close the door. Alright, so what we can try now, because I have this, I should be able to theoretically put on the pry bar and walk around with a pry bar. I'm gonna see if I can pry this door open in the kitchen in here. Once again, this has turned into a, I mean, effectively nothing episode. I don't think I've done, like, anything. But, oh, hello, what's this? Nice.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimpled lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
Try to push on the door.
The door does not budge.
Leave. I really want to know what's behind that door. Yeah, I don't really know what to do. I guess, since I've got the time, I can read this book, right? Let's read this book.
In your hands, you hold 16 Days of Coldest April by Yekaterina Dahl. The cover image shows a row of concrete apartments above which span a black and white rainbow.
Feels heavy.
Indeed, the book is unusually heavy in your hands, as though the cover were lined with lead. It would do that in Grad.
How long is this book anyway?
You flip through the book. The pages are thinner than you realized, and the type quite small and tightly set. It's nearly 600 pages long. Real art is dense and difficult. If it didn't feel like you had to wrestle a suicidal bear to get through it, you weren't really reading.
Thanks, conceptualization. Look at the back cover.
The back cover is dominated by a black and white photograph of the author.
What does she look like?
She can't be much older than her mid-30s in this photograph. And yet, from this cover, the eyes of a sad old woman stare back at you.
Start reading.
In cold, detached prose, the author describes a scene from one of the Yugoslavia riots in the 20s. Youths overturn motor carriages and set trash cans ablaze, while heavily armored guardsmen dash in and disperse them in a flurry of baton blows. The Yugoslavia riots took place from 27 to 29. Fueled by ethnic unrest and the state's repressive tactics, these events are often seen as marking the end of a brief period of liberalization known as the Yugoslavia Spring. Like all such periods, it is frequently memorialized in art and literature.
Makes sense.
As ethnic tensions run wild, a pair of young lovers meet each other on the street. Somehow, in the middle of all the chaos, they manage to lock arms and look into each other's eyes.
What happens next?
It would physically hurt you to keep reading. Are you sure?
Read 10 more pages.
They go through a brief and somewhat awkward love affair.
Literally
and
did.
In the end, they betray each other and succumb to the absurdity of Gradian life. The man becomes a lens grinder, completely abandoning his former existence. He toils through the daily drudgery at the Lenka Polyfabricate. Happiness and fulfillment have eluded him his whole life. And, in the end, he has nothing to do but dedicate himself to the craft.
And the woman?
She spends the next several decades standing at a conveyor in a Sosnovo fish processing plant. The smell of fish guts slowly seeps into her hair and skin, as every single one of her dreams dies, one by one.
Well,
The memory of their short time spent together tortures the former lovers ceaselessly until the end of their days. Years pass in solitude, their bodies growing ever more decrepit.
this is terrible.
As life leaves their remains between the soil sheets, their final thoughts are filled with regret.
Put the book away. You can see why the author was depressed, Jesus. Alright, well, we're sitting at 20 minutes. That was literally a nothing episode. I'll put a disclaimer at the start of this episode, pointing out the fact that pretty much nothing happens. So, yeah, you could probably skip this one, I guess. Nonetheless, I'll leave it in there, because it's interesting to some people, I'm sure. I find it interesting anyway. So if you like the video, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And as always, thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye, guys.